Well, good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for tonight's broadcast of the 1971-72 Epic Basketball League playoffs. It's Game 2 of the semifinal series between the New York Knicks and the Chicago Bulls. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with this semifinal matchup. Chicago won Game 1 of the series behind a brilliant performance by Chet Walker. It was Walker with 25 points on 11 out of 11 shooting. Clifford Ray off the bench for 12 rebounds. Bob Weiss off the bench for 14 points. Chicago never trailed in that game, but Walt Frazier with 25 points for the Knicks made it an exciting finish as the Bulls took Game 1 by a final score of 103-98. And now we are coming to you from Chicago Stadium with Game 2. The Bulls are favored by 5 in Game 2 of this best 3 out of 5 series. Let's take you to tonight's action, and we will check out the starting lineups for the visiting New York Knicks. It will be the backcourt of Walt Frazier and Bill Bradley. Frazier, the superstar of this team. 6'4", 200 pounds, fifth year out of Southern Illinois, and it was a brilliant 1971-72 season for Frazier. First team All-NBA, first team All-Defense. Bill Bradley, of course, also in his fifth year out of Princeton. Your small forward Dave DeBusschere, the veteran out of Detroit Mercy. Also a first-team All-Defense performer in 1971-72. Phil Jackson, your power forward tonight. And starting in the absence of the injured Willis Reed will be the former Buckeye Jerry Lucas inside. Lucas only 6'8", ninth year out of Ohio State, but averaged 16 points, 13 rebounds on the season. And for the Bulls, Norm Van Leer and Jerry Sloan, your starting backcourt, a very physical backcourt indeed. Sloan, a first-team all-defensive performer. Chet Walker and Bob Love at your forward positions, and that's where the offense is generated. Bob Love was an all-star, 25.8 points per game in 1971-72, and second-team All-NBA. Chet Walker, 22 points per game, and he was the star of Game 1 of this series. The big man inside for Chicago, Tom Burwinkle, fourth year out of Tennessee, 11.2 rebounds per game and an outstanding passer. Burwinkle struggled with foul trouble in Game 1, and it was Clifford Ray off the bench who gave the Bulls a spark and powered them to the victory. And those are your starting lineups for tonight. Let's get it started. Thanks to everyone checking out tonight's game on the live stream or on the YouTube rebroadcast. As the starting lineups are in position, and the opening tip is in the air, and it is taken by the Knicks. Now we will make the Dave Gardner adjustments to our screen. Dave doesn't like the seeing the icons on the sideline here, so we'll hide those. And now we're ready to get started. New York wins the tip. They have the basketball moving from right to left on your computer screen. The ball is in the hands of Phil Jackson. Jackson's going to have his hands full down there against Big Bob Love. He is going to try and take the shot from the low post. Jackson from the inside turns. He's got Love draped over him. He shoots the 8-footer, and it bounces off the front rim, out of bounds. And in the scrum for the rebound, the possession is awarded to Chicago. So the Bulls have their first possession of the night under the leadership of the point guard, Norm Van Leer. Van Leer out on top, looking for a teammate as his team runs the motion offense. Sloan has it now at the top of the foul line. Sloan from the circle, fakes, Tries to get into the lane. He's cut off by Jerry Lucas. The short jump shot won't go. The tip won't go. Walt Frazier takes the rebound for New York, and the Knicks want to run. A quick outlet pass to Frazier. Frazier to Bradley on the wing. Bradley back to Frazier in the center of the court. He lays it up and good.
Frazier.
Nice fast break for the Knicks. And they're going to need all the free points that they can get in the fast break offense. They had some success with that in Game 1, and they will want to push the tempo as often as possible here in Game 2. Chicago now trailing 2-0. They get the ball to Chet Walker working inside. Walker against Dave DeBusschere. Turns from the baseline, backs him down. Ball is knocked out of bounds. No, he traveled with it. Buscher pulled the chair out from underneath of him, forcing Walker to shuffle the feet. Nice defense by DeBusschere. Ball goes back over to the Knicks on the turnover. Knicks ahead 2-0, and in fact, that is their first lead of the series, as the Knicks trailed the entirety of Game 1. The ball goes inside to Lucas. Lucas working on Burwinkle. Lucas in the paint. Turnaround jump shot is off the iron, no good. DeBusschere takes the ball off the offensive glass. DeBusschere with the putback attempt goes to the left hand. That's no good. DeBusschere gets his own rebound. And he's going to send it back out on top to let the Knicks reset the offense. Still leading 2-0. First minute of the game now gone by. Ball is in the hands of Frazier. Frazier raises his hands in the air, dribbles to his left, takes the shot, and scores it. Looked like Frazier was going to call something out for a teammate, but he saw the opening and delivered the jump shot. New York leads 4-0. Back come the Bulls. The ball is with the point guard Van Leer. Works it over to Love on the perimeter. Love can score from the baseline, and he shoots and scores there. Make it a 4-2 ball game. Ball goes back over to the Knicks. It's in the hands of Jackson once again. Jackson working on Love down low. Rises up inside, shoots and scores. Give the assist to Bill Bradley on that one. The score now 6-2. Back come the Bulls. They get it to Burwinkle. Burwinkle passes it back out to Van Leer. Van Leer's perimeter pass is stolen away by Bradley. That's a turnover. New York in possession. They've got it to Bradley now on the outside. Bradley will take it into the lane. He fakes left. He goes right on Sloan. He's cut off by Burwinkle. He stops. He pops. He leaves it short. Phil Jackson with the offensive rebound. Jackson on the putback. His shot from the baseline is good. 4 quick points for Jackson, and we've got a whistle and a foul on the play. Jackson was fouled on the shot by Van Leer, and he has a chance for a 3-point play. So New York getting on top quickly as Jackson hits the free throw to put the Knicks ahead 9-2. Boy, quite a change of fortune from Game 1, where New York trailed throughout. Van Leer trying to get his team calmed down. Gets it down low to Burwinkle. 16 on the shot clock. Burwinkle looks for a cutter. He backs down. He turns left, and he is called for the 3-second violation. As we say good evening in the chat room to Logacta Live. Welcome to tonight's ball game. Game 2 of the semifinals between the New York Knicks and the Chicago Bulls, 1971-72 Epic Basketball League action. New York off to the quick lead here early in the first quarter as they have the lead and the basketball. The score is 9-2. Frazier sets up the offense, sends it over to Phil Jackson. Jackson working down low against Bob Love, but Jackson's off to a good start tonight. He's got 5 points already. He drives to the hoop again, and this time it is Love who goes down, and Jackson is called for the offensive foul. Possession back to Chicago. Bulls still trail 9-2. Just under 3 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. Van Leer looking to set up some offense. Gets it to Walker this time on the perimeter. Walker working out there against Dave DeBusschere, an outstanding defensive player. Walker looks inside to Love. Love with a good look inside. Has the shot tipped out of there by Jackson, and the rebound is taken by DeBusschere. More good defense from the Knicks. Earns them another possession. Back comes New York. The ball is in the hands of Frazier. Frazier's going to venture into the lane. He takes it to the hoop, and he's called for the charge. 2 offensive fouls on the Knicks in consecutive possessions. Excuse me, Bulls with the basketball. Still only 1 field goal on the night for the Chicago offense. They've only gotten 3 shots, and they've got 3 turnovers. They look inside to Walker. Off the pick and roll. Walker moves to his left, dribble, shoots. Shot no good. Jerry Lucas with the rebound for New York. Excuse me. Knicks again looking to extend the lead. They're going to work it down low to DeBusschere. He's got some good low post moves in the paint. He gets in close and shoots and scores. First basket of the night for Dave DeBusschere. And with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter, New York is quickly out on top 11-2. Chicago gets it to Van Leer. Van Leer fakes the pass down to Love, stops and pops, and scores the jump shot. Quick jumper by Van Leer makes it 11-4. Knicks coming the other way with DeBusschere. DeBusschere on the wing, guarded closely by Walker. Looks to find a cutter. Can't find a cutter. DeBusschere is forced to put up the shot from outside, and he scores it. DeBusschere not normally a perimeter shooter, but he converted on that one. It's a 13-4 lead for the Knicks. Chicago with the basketball in the hands of Sloan. Sloan, a very physical player. Bullies his way into the lane, runs into Bradley, puts the layup in. It rolls around and out, but Bradley fouled him, and that will send Jerry Sloan to the free throw line. Sloan for 2 shots, a 66% free throw shooter, misses the first. Second shot by Sloan is good. And your score now is 13-5. Jerry Sloan with his first point of the night. Here come the Knicks behind Frazier. Frazier calls his own number again. Shoots from the free throw line, no good. Phil Jackson with the offensive rebound, passes it back out to Frazier for a fresh 24. Frazier's going to look down low to Lucas. Lucas with room to get a shot off over Burwinkle, and he scores.
From Frazier.
2 for the former Buckeye, and New York quickly out to a 10-point lead, 15-5, with under 7 to play in the first quarter. Bulls get it to Walker. Walker on the perimeter, comes off the screen, has room to get off a shot, but that's no good. But we've got a whistle and a foul on Lucas. Lucas coming through the pick, a little too physical. Fouls Walker and sends Chet the Jet to the line for 2 free throws. Walker, a very good free throw shooter, 86% on the season. Converts on the first. Walker hits them both, and that cuts the lead to 8, 15-7. New York's going to go back inside to DeBusschere, backing down again on Walker. They like that matchup inside there. The short jump shot by DeBusschere is blocked. Swatted out of there by Walker. Out of bounds, New York will keep possession with 9 on the shot clock. 6:28 on the game clock. Once again, they post up DeBusschere against Walker. His shot from in close this time is good, and the lead is back to 10. Chicago with the basketball, still trying to cut into this lead. Sloan on the attack once again. Successful the first time. Moves in against Bradley. Drives hard to the hoop. He's cut off by Lucas, and the foul is called on Lucas. That'll be 1 shot for Sloan. That's called on the floor. More importantly, that is 2 fouls on Jerry Lucas, and he's going to have to go to the bench, where he will be replaced by the backup center, Luther Rackley. Rackley into the game for New York for the first time. Third-year man out of Xavier. 1 shot opportunity for Sloan. He misses. Off the front of the rim, the rebound is knocked around, and Sloan picks up his own miss. Passes it over to Van Leer. Chicago will reset the offense. 6:09 to play in the quarter. They get it inside to Love, back to Van Leer out on top. That one's tipped away and stolen by Bradley. New York looks to extend the lead. Frazier gets it into DeBusschere. Back to Frazier from the outside, and he buries it from the top of the key. Didn't even move the net. And a whistle and a foul on Van Leer on the shot. Frazier now with the opportunity for a three-point play, as Van Leer has picked up his second foul. The first game between these two teams did get a little chippy. And we will see Bob Weiss enter the game for the first time. Very productive Game 1 performance for Weiss coming off the bench at the opening of the series. Frazier hits the free throw, and New York is up by 13, 20-7, with just over half of the first period gone by. Chicago works it to Walker on the baseline. He's guarded closely out there by DeBusschere. He's going to have to pull the trigger from out there. His shot is off the rim, no good. DeBusschere well defended. Burwinkle takes the rebound, and now we've got a loose ball foul called against DeBusschere on the rebound, and that will give Bob Love a one-shot opportunity. As the chalkboard does tend to goof up these one-shot fouls off the loose balls. Love hits the free throw. He's got 3 points on the night. That leads Chicago, believe it or not. And the Bulls still trail 20-8. 5:32 to play in the first quarter. Frazier outside working now against Weiss. Frazier's going to take it into the paint. He drives to the basket, gets to his left hand, lays it up and good.
Frazier from DeBusschere.
Nice little give and go with DeBusschere. And New York has opened up a 14-point lead. This game is like a trip behind the woodshed for the Bulls here tonight after their dominant performance in Game 1. Here's a shot from the outside by Weiss. That's no good. Luther Rackley snags the rebound for New York. Bulls go the other way. Can they expand this lead? They get it down low to DeBusschere again. DeBusschere backing down on Chet Walker. And that time he had his pocket picked by Walt Weiss. Nice double team by Weiss. Weiss with the outlet. Here comes Chicago with numbers. It's 4-on-1. Love's got it on the baseline. Finds Walker inside for the layup.
The Jet from Love.
And the Jet has 4 points. The game is now 22-10. It is still a dominant first period for the Knicks. DeBusschere now caught on the baseline, looking for help. Gets it out to Frazier out on top. Frazier takes it into the lane again. Runs over Love. Frazier's shot is no good. Are we going to get a whistle? Yes, the whistle is called against Bob Love. Reaching in as Frazier drove the lane. And this will be a two-shot foul for Frazier, as they call that one in the act of shooting. Frazier hits the first. 9 points already for Walt Frazier. Can he make it 10? Yes, he does. Frazier already in double digits. Yes, he is lighting it up here tonight for the Knicks. They lead by 2 touchdowns. As Weiss leads the Bulls offense. Weiss pulls the trigger from the foul line. That's no good. Around the rim and out. And on the loose ball foul on the rebound, that's going to go against Bill Bradley. And that's 2 on Bradley. This will be one shot for Burwinkle, but with 4 minutes to play, it's time to bring in the second units all around. So Charlie Paulk into the game. What can we do here? We'll swap out DeBusschere for Dave Stallworth. Dick Barnett will run the point, and Dean Meminger will play the two guard for the Knicks. For Chicago, Burwinkle is at the line. Howard Porter comes in to play 4. Jackie Dinkins at the 3. Jimmy King at the shooting guard, and Weiss, your backup point guard, is already in the game. Clifford Ray will enter at the next dead ball. The shot for Burwinkle is no good. Stallworth takes the rebound for New York. And the Knicks have possession and a 14-point lead with Dick Barnett running the offense now for the visiting Knicks. What's he going to do? He sends it to Stallworth on the baseline. Stallworth's got a nice looking stroke from outside, but he missed that one badly. That's out of bounds. Ball goes over to Chicago. And that will give the Bulls the opportunity to get the very popular backup center, Clifford Ray, the rookie, into the game. And action continues. Weiss sends it outside to King. King on the perimeter is going to take it into the lane. King gets to the glass but misses the layup. Howard Porter with the weak side rebound for Chicago passes it back out to Weiss for another 24. Weiss finds Porter open on the baseline. Porter shot from 12 feet. No, he fakes. He drives to the hoop, lays it up, and good.
Porter from Weiss.
The finger roll by Porter off the glass makes it a 24-12 game in favor of the Knicks. Very shaky offensive first period for Chicago, only 4 of 11 from the field, and already with 4 turnovers on the night. Knicks with the basketball leading by 12. They get it inside to Polk. Polk working against Howard Porter. He's fouled. That foul is whistled on Clifford Ray, who came over to help, and that'll be one shot for Charlie Polk. Polk tees it up at the line, fourth-year man out of Northeastern State, and a 67% free throw shooter. He missed the free throw. Rebound is fought for and grabbed out of there by the Knicks by Luther Rackley. Rackley with a putback attempt. His short shot is off the rim, no good. And this time, Jackie Dinkins takes the rebound for Chicago. New York gets the transition defense back quickly, and Bob Weiss will slow things down and set the offense for the Bulls. 3 minutes to play in the first period. The Bulls still trail 24-12 as they get it inside to Clifford Ray. Ray working down low against Rackley. He shoots and scores.
Clifford Ray.
Ray more of a rebounder than a scorer, but he connects on that one, and the lead has been cut to 10. 24-14 in favor of the Knicks with the basketball in the hands of Rackley down low. Rackley works inside against Ray. These two backups banging bodies down low. This time Rackley with a layup has it tipped away and blocked by Ray. Howard Porter with another rebound for the Bulls. Chicago regains possession. Here come the Bulls in transition. They get it out to Weiss, bringing it up on the transition. He's got room to take the shot. We've got a shaken up player in the game. Jim King looks a little shaken up. He's holding that shoulder funny, but he wants to stay in the game. Action will continue. Weiss dumps it down to Porter. Porter works inside, down low. Porter in the paint, fakes. He shoots. He scores. And he is fouled on the play by Charlie Polk. Give the assist to Weiss. Send Porter to the free throw line for one shot and possibly the bonus if he were to miss here. Porter hits the bonus. He's got 5 off the bench very quickly, and it is now a 7-point game, 24-17. Chicago needed 2 touchdowns. They've got 1. The lead's cut from 14 to 7. With it now is Polk inside for the Knicks, working against Porter. Turnaround jump shot. He scores it.
Paul from Meeminger.
Tough shot by Polk. Stretches the lead back out to 9, 26-17. Just over 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Chicago looks inside to Dinkins. Dinkins working down low against Dave Stallworth. Gets around Stallworth, lays it up on the reverse, and gets it to go.
From Ray.
Very nicely done by Jackie Dinkins. Chicago starting to show some signs of life with this second unit getting it done on the offensive end. New York still with a comfortable 7-point lead as they get it inside once again to Polk. Polk has 1 basket. He gets to the lane. He lays it up. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound is kicked around and knocked out of bounds. Possession goes to Chicago. As we say, good evening, Tribe Fan 879. How is it going, my man? 26-19 is your score. Chicago trailing, but with the basketball looking to cut into this 7-point deficit. Just under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Weiss has the ball in his hands. calls for the pick. He's got room to fire off the perimeter jump shot, and he missed it to the right. No good. Luther Rackley with the rebound for New York. New York tries to run, but the Knicks are able to get back on the defensive end, and Dick Barnett will pull the ball out and reset the offense. He's got Rackley open inside now in transition. Double pumps. 8-footer is no good. Rebound taken by Rackley off his own miss. Rackley with the putback attempt is fouled. He is fouled by Porter, and that puts the Knicks in the bonus, and it will be Luther Rackley headed to the line for 2 free throws. Rackley scores the first. Second shot for Rackley is off left, no good. Rebound taken by Porter. New York now leads by 8, 27-19. A minute 20 to play in the first quarter. The ball is in the hands of King on the outside. King, working against Dean Meminger, is going to try and get into the lane. He's cut off by Rackley. He leaves his jump shot short, but he is fouled on the play by Meminger, and that will send Jim King to the line for 2 in the bonus. Harkening back to the era of the 3 to make 2. King misses the first shot. Ordinarily a reliable free throw shooter, around 80%. He missed the first 2. He's got one more opportunity here to get on the board. And he finally hits the third. It's now 27-20, New York on top, entering the final minute of play here in the first quarter. Barnett at the top of the key, defended by Weiss. Barnett takes the shot, misses, and the rebound goes to Clifford Ray. Knicks get back on defense, and so Chicago will walk it back the other way. They get it inside to Porter. Porter working down low against Polk. Sends it out to Weiss. Back inside to Porter. Porter stops. He pops. He is knocked to the... We've got a collision down there. And actually it is Porter who is called for the offensive foul. Another missed opportunity for the Bulls. New York regains possession, still leading by 7. Rackley has it on the outside. He is not a perimeter player by any stretch of the imagination, but he has got Bob Weiss all over him. He's going to try and find Stallworth down low if he can get the pass to him. He cannot get the pass off. He's forced to take the baseline jump shot. That's no good. Polk takes the rebound off the offensive glass for New York. Polk with the putback attempt over Porter lays it up and good. Good fight by the Knicks that time with the second chance hoop. They go back on top by 9 with now 31 seconds to play in the first quarter. Porter with the basketball. Working down low against Polk. 16 on the shot clock. Sends it back out to Weiss to burn some clock. And with 10 on the shot clock, Weiss is going to pull the trigger on his own. From the outside, he scores it.
Bob Weiss.
Good possession by Chicago. They worked it all the way down to the final seconds of the shot clock before Weiss connected to make it a 7-point game once again. 7 seconds on the game clock. And New York will try for the final shot of the period. Barnett gets it to Stallworth. Stallworth from the outside sends it over to Barnett. It's kicked away by Porter and out of bounds. And that will be the end of the first quarter. So let's take a look at the first quarter box score. Leading scorer on the night is Walt Frazier, who had a brilliant first quarter with 11 points to go with a rebound and an assist. 6 points for DeBusschere, working hard with 3 rebounds. Luther Rackley off the bench with 3 points, 5 rebounds for the Knicks. Knicks shot 46% on the period. Chicago actually ended the period at 50% from the field, but those 5 big turnovers were costly as the Bulls only got off 16 shot attempts in the first period, and they trail by 7. Howard Porter off the bench with 5 points to lead the Bulls. as we go back to the second quarter of play here in Chicago Stadium. Bulls under Coach Dick Motta, who is encouraging his team to keep fighting hard and get back into this one. Second units will start the quarter for both teams. The jump ball is in the air, and it is controlled by Chicago. Jimmy King has it on the outside. He's going to go right to the hoop. Fakes on Memminger, gets into the lane. And we've got a collision, and the foul is called on Memminger. That is his second. Nice aggressive move by Jim King earns him a trip to the foul line. And King hits the free throw to make it a 6-point game, 29-23. Log Acta Live. The Bulls are lucky to be only 7 points behind. The Knicks were on fire. That is indeed true. Give credit to the second unit of Chicago, who has gotten the Bulls back into within striking distance. New York with the basketball leading by 6. They get it to Stallworth on the baseline. Stallworth was scoreless in the first quarter. He takes the outside jump shot this time. It rolls around the rim, no good. And Clifford Ray with the rebound for the Bulls. The Bulls come back on offense. They get it to Porter down low. Porter working against Polk. Rises up. His shot is off the back iron, no good. Stallworth snags the rebound out of there for the Knicks. Both teams misfire on their first possessions. Now Barnett has it, looking to penetrate. The middle is open. He tries to kick it out to Polk, and he threw it away. Looked like Barnett may have been able to get to the basket on that one, but he opted instead for the kick out to the perimeter, and his pass went astray for the turnover. Basketball now goes back over to the Bulls. Open down low is Dinkins. Polk comes over to pick him up on the switch. Tough defensive matchup for Dinkins. Can he get the shot off? It's off the front rim, no good. King comes into the air for the offensive rebound for Chicago, and he passes it back out. The Bulls will reset the shot clock. Both teams scoreless here the first minute of play in quarter number 2. They get it inside to Porter. Porter working against Polk. His shot from the low post is up and no good. But he is fouled on the play by Polk, and that will be 2 shots for Porter. I misspoke earlier. Both teams are not scoreless, but neither team has recorded a field goal here in the first period. Chicago now with 3 free throws to cut the lead to 4. 29-25. New York with the basketball, clinging now to an ever-shrinking lead. They led by as many as 16. That's been cut to 4. Inside with it now is Polk. Polk and Porter continue to battle it out down low. And this time it is Clifford Ray coming over for another block shot. Ray with the block. And Ray catches the rebound. Stellar interior play by Clifford Ray on the defensive end gets another possession for the Bulls. They get it to Dinkins. Dinkins wants to attack. He goes baseline. Steps around Stallworth. Gets to the hoop. Lays it up and good.
Jackie Dinkins. From
Nice play by Jackie Dinkins there. A rookie, very unheralded rookie out of Voorhees. And he has brought the Bulls back to within 2. 29-27 is your score. Here's Rackley inside for the Knicks, trying to get something to happen on the offensive end. He missed his shot, and Porter takes the rebound for the Bulls. The Bulls will charge. From left to right they go. Quick outlet to Weiss. Weiss over to Dinkins. Dinkins in the center of the floor. Sends it to King. Over to Porter on the baseline. Porter lays it up and good.
From Dinkins.
Nice fast break by the Bulls, and this game is tied. New York has yet to score here in quarter number 2. Chicago on a 7-0 run has tied this ball game. Once again, they work it inside to Rackley. His short jump shot from the baseline is good, and that breaks the drought for the Knicks. As Tabletop Sports Delaware is online with some baseball. What better time of year than the 1st of April to get baseball on the channel? So good to see my man Chris doing his work on YouTube. Chicago with the basketball again, trailing by 2. Dinkins has it on the perimeter. He scored on his last touch. He's going to try again, this time from the outside. Collides with Polk as he goes to the lane. His layup is no good, but they got a whistle and they got a foul called on Polk, and that is his third. 2 shots at the line for Dinkins. A very poor free throw shooter. He missed the first. Second shot by Dinkins is good. And that makes it a 1-point game, 31-30. New York still on top with the basketball. Chicago has not yet led in this contest. New York sets up the offense. They're going to run it through Barnett. Barnett being guarded loosely by Weiss. Barnett's going to try and work his way into the lane. He attacks the rim. He lays it up. It's off the back iron, no good. We've got a loose ball foul on the rebound, and that will go against the Knicks, against Luther Rackley. Weiss goes to the free throw line with a chance to tie. As Dave Gardner comes into the chat room. Welcome, Uncle Dave. And Weiss hits the free throw. We are tied at 31. Early in the second period of Game 2 of the semifinal series between the New York Knicks and the Chicago Bulls. Still no word from the Buffalo Braves anywhere in the foreseeable future. Tie ball game as the Chicago second unit has really dominated the New York bench and pulled this from a wide New York lead in the first quarter back into a tie ball game. Knicks working the ball around on offense. Barnett has it on the outside. He's picked up out there by Porter. Barnett from the perimeter has an open look. He missed it. The rebound is taken off the defensive board by Clifford Ray for Chicago. Bulls with a chance to take their first lead of the ball game. Inside with it is Porter. Working on Polk. Fakes left, turns right, shoots, and scores.
Howard Porter from Ray.
That's 11 points off the bench for Howard Porter, and he has Chicago on top for the very first time, 33-31. And at the 8-minute mark, we'll bring the starters back in. Here's Barnett with a perimeter jump shot. That's no good. He wanted a call, didn't get it. Charlie Polk takes the offensive rebound for New York. He lays it up. That one rolls around and out, and Clifford Ray with the rebound for Chicago. Ray, 5 boards already on the night. They get it outside to King. King from the outside shoots and misses. Jackie Dinkins takes the offensive rebound. Dinkins with the putback attempt, and he is called for, and he is fouled by Charlie Polk. That's 4 fouls on Charlie Polk, and with 8:10 to play, we're just going to go ahead and bring the first units back in after Dinkins attempts the first free throw. He missed that one. And for New York, we'll have all the starters back into the ball game. Frazier and Bradley, DeBusschere and Jackson and Lucas. For Chicago, we need to leave Dinkins in to shoot the free throw. Van Leer will return with Sloan. Bob Love and Tom Burwinkle. This was the unit that got Chicago off to the big lead there in the first quarter, only to see their bench mob squander the lead. The second shot for Dinkins, he missed them both. He's 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Love gets in there and crashes the offensive board for Chicago. Love puts it back up and leaves it short. DeBusschere takes the rebound for the Knicks. Here comes the Knicks and Frazier leading the attack. Sends it over to DeBusschere down low. DeBusschere working inside this time against Dinkins, who's still in the game. Tries to kick it back out to Frazier. Bad pass. Stolen by Jerry Sloan. Here comes Chicago. They've got numbers going the other way. 3-on-1 with Van Leer and Sloan. Sloan down the left side of the floor. Finds Van Leer under the hoop. Van Leer lays it up and good.
Norm Van Lier from Sloan.
Chicago now up by 4, 35-31. In a very improbable comeback. Here's Phil Jackson's. Jackson had a nice first period of play, and he is, we've got a whistle and a double foul called. Bradley and Sloan mixing it up, and that is number 3 on Bill Bradley. That is bad news for the Knicks. Sloan with his first for Chicago. That'll bring Chet Walker back into the game. And for the Knicks, they're going to have to go back to the bench, and it will be Eddie Miles coming into the game to replace Bradley at the 2. That's going to hurt New York here in the second period. Knicks have the basketball. Frazier running the offense. Looks for an open teammate. Now, why don't we have Burwinkle in the game for Chicago? We'll have to bring him back in at the next dead ball. But right now they're going to look inside to Jerry Lucas. Lucas working hard down low. Banging it out against Ray. Lucas puts the shot up, no good. Lucas grabs his own rebound off the miss. Lucas with the putback attempt, that's no good. And the rebound is taken by Chet Walker for the Bulls. Bulls with the basketball, leading by 4. Walker working down low. Walker backs in against DeBusschere. Turns, lays it up. That's no good. Rebound taken by Phil Jackson for the Knicks. Back and forth we go. Both teams still struggling to shoot. New York shot the ball well in the first quarter, but their percentage has fallen all the way down to 36% on the game, and that is not going to get it done. Here's Jackson down low. Jackson working on the low post against Love. His jump hook is no good, but somebody got him on the arm, and that somebody was Chet Walker. That will give Jackson 2 free throws. Jackson with 5 points in the first quarter, make it 6 as he connects on the first free throw attempt. Jackson hits them both, and it is a 2-point game, 35-33. Chicago wants to extend the lead. Van Leer is going to take the shot himself from outside and scores it. Frazier was sagging off just a little bit, and Van Leer took advantage for the basket. Chicago back on top by 4, 37-33. Frazier with it out on top. He wants to attack. He dribbles to his right. He gets into the lane, and he does not get the shot off in time, as that is a shot clock violation. Into the game for Chicago will be Burwinkle for the final 6 minutes of play here in the second quarter. And, of course, at halftime, we will have our updates from the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network with some big events planned for the weekend. Chicago with the basketball. Burwinkle has it inside, working against Lucas. He turns and faces. He shoots from the low block. It's no good. And the rebound is taken out of there by Phil Jackson. Jackson with a quick outlet to Frazier. New York wants to attack in transition. Frazier dribbles down the center of the floor. He gets into the lane, dumps it off to Jackson. Jackson lays it up and good.
Jackson from Frazier.
9 points for Phil Jackson. Pressed into starting duties here. New York is back to within 2. Under 6 to play in the second period. Chicago looks down low to Love. His short shot over Jackson is no good. Neither team is shooting well in the second quarter. Love on the play was actually on the rebound. We have a loose ball foul, and that is going to go against Jackson, and that will send Jerry Sloan to the line for 2 free throws. Sloan hits the first. Second free throw for Sloan is no good. And the rebound is taken by Frazier. Chicago now up 3, 38-35. Under 6 minutes to play in the second quarter. Here's Frazier working on Van Leer once again. These two have been battling it out all series. And this time Van Leer gets the steal. 2-on-2 the other way with Van Leer and Sloan. Van Leer dribbles the length of the court. Gets into the lane. Lays it up and good.
Norm Van Lier.
8 points for Van Leer. And Chicago now goes up by 5, their biggest lead of the night. Frazier with it again out on top, squaring off against Van Leer. Frazier this time is going to shoot the perimeter jump shot, and he hits it.
Frazier
heating it up from outside, pulls New York back to within 3, 40-37. Bulls with the lead and the basketball. They're running the stack offense with Van Leer out on top. He looks down low to Love. Love inside, shoots and scores.
Bob Love.
Chicago needs to get their big guys going. Love and Walker have combined for only 9 points in the game so far. And those are the two guys that key the success for this Chicago team. Here's DeBusschere inside, working down low against Walker. Short jump shot is no good, but we've got a whistle and a foul, and that is on Chet Walker. Number 2 on Walker will send DeBusschere to the line for 2 free throws. He hits the first. DeBusschere hits them both, and that brings New York back to within 3. 42-39 is your score. Chicago back on the offense. They've got it down low to Burwinkle. Burwinkle working against Lucas. He's scoreless so far tonight. He takes the 10-footer over Lucas. He scored that one. First basket of the night for the big man, and the lead is back up to 5. Frazier brings the Knicks back. He's going to call his own number from the top of the key. The follow-away jumper is no good. Lucas comes up with the offensive board for the Knicks. His putback attempt is no good. Lucas gets his own rebound. He's got another crack at it, and he missed again. Jackson comes in from the weak side to steal the offensive rebound. He's going to try for the putback, and he scores it.
Jackson.
11 points for Phil Jackson and 5 rebounds. He is having a stellar performance off the bench. And that brings New York back to within 3. 4 minutes to play before halftime. Chicago works it to Sloan. Sloan bulls his way into the middle. His layup is no good. And Phil Jackson with the rebound for Chicago. Battle of future, probably Hall of Fame NBA coaches. Sloan and Jackson. New York now with the basketball in the hands of Jackson. Works it down low against Bob Love. Shoots from in close. He scores again. Actually, he missed that one, and Lucas came in from the weak side for the tip-in. And that brings New York to within 1. 44-43. Still some issues with that timing on the Action PC Sports chalkboard. As the green light on the scoreboard gets ahead of the text. We'll keep working on that. Dave Gardner, if you're still here, I'm interested in what settings you use and if there's a way to work around that. Chicago with the basketball leading by 1. 3.5 to play in the second quarter. They've got it in the hands of Van Leer. Van Leer, 17 on the shot clock, looks to distribute. He can't find anybody. He's going to have to pull the trigger from the free throw line extended, and he missed it. Jackson with the rebound for New York. His stellar play continues. He kicks it out to Frazier on the fast break. Frazier wants to push the tempo. New York quick in transition. Frazier dribbles to his right. Tries to get it over to Miles. Miles steps around Van Leer, shoots and scores.
Miles from Frazier.
Eddie Miles with his first points of the night off the bench, and New York is back on top, 45-44. Van Leer from the outside has his pocket picked by Frazier. Frazier stole it. Here come the Knicks once again. Frazier's going to take it coast to coast. He gets into the lane. He goes to the basket, and he is fouled by Sloan. That foul is called on the floor, so it'll just be one shot for Frazier, who leads all scorers with 13 points. And with that free throw, make it 14. Bulls go up by 2, 46-44. Chicago wants to tie the game on this possession. Van Leer calls the play, sends it to Walker. Back to Van Leer up top, and Van Leer throws it away. Ball goes back to New York as the Knicks look to extend the lead. And once again, the Knicks starters are outplaying Chicago badly. 46-44, New York with the basketball and the lead. Frazier sends it over to Miles on the wing. 16 on the shot clock. Myers is going to take it into the lane. He collides with Burwinkle. His layup is no good. Will we get a whistle? Yes. Burwinkle is called for the foul. And that will be a 2-shot opportunity for Eddie Miles, your third-string point guard. He is a ninth-year man out of Seattle. but a very good free throw shooter, 89%. He hits the first. Miles hits them both, and New York is back on top by 4. 48-44, 2 minutes and a half to go before halftime. Chicago has multiple options open. They go to Love on the perimeter. Love from the baseline shoots over Jackson and misses. Jackson goes back and takes the rebound. 8 rebounds. Jackson's very nearly got a double-double here in the first half. He has been brilliant. Back to the offensive end. They get it to Miles on the perimeter again. Miles working hard against Jerry Sloan. He's going to try and get his way into the lane. He's cut off again by Burwinkle. This time he leaves the jump shot short, and Burwinkle takes the rebound. Quick kick out to Van Leer. Chicago wants to get the fast break going. Burwinkle gets it out to Van Leer. Van Leer to Love on the wing. Back to Van Leer in the center of the court. He missed the layup. Tip is no good. Frazier finally takes it out of there for the Knicks. Knicks on top by 4 now. 2 minutes to play before halftime. They go inside to Lucas. Lucas against Burwinkle. Gets into the paint, shoots, and scores.
Lucas.
6 points, 5 rebounds on the first half for Jerry Lucas. And New York goes back out on top by 6. Boy, it'll be interesting to see the plus-minus ratings on the box score at halftime. Inside they look to Chet Walker. Walker working inside down low against DeBusschere. Gets into the paint, and DeBusschere takes it away. Outstanding defense by DeBusschere. Here's a quick outlet. Knicks want to run once again. DeBusschere down the wing. Drives the baseline. Shoots and misses. He could not get the layup to go, and Jerry Sloan comes back and takes the rebound for Chicago. Chicago is going to walk it back the other way with a minute and a half to play before halftime. Sloan with it on the outside, working now against Eddie Miles from the right wing. Drives his way into the lane. His layup is no good. Van Leer sneaks away with the offensive rebound and sends it back out for another 24-second shot clock. Chicago will reset the offense. They get it to Love on the perimeter. Love from the baseline. Tries to dip it inside, and it is stolen away by Jackson. Here's another transition opportunity for the Knicks. They've got the numbers 3-on-2. Miles has it to Jackson on the wing. Jackson takes it into the inside, gives it over to Miles. Miles' shot is no good, and Chet Walker takes the rebound for Chicago. Missed opportunity that time as Miles could not convert. Chicago down 6, a minute to play in the second quarter. They've got it in the hands of Van Leer. Miles moves over to pick up Van Leer. He's got an opening for the jump shot, and he cannot get it to go. Both teams struggling from the field coming down the stretch here in the second period. But the Bulls do get back on defense in transition, and that will force New York to slow things down. A ton of missed layups tonight. The glass is not on their side, says Logacta Live. As Jackson now has it down low. Jackson works inside, comes off a screen. He's got a mismatch against Van Leer, but his pass is tipped and stolen away by Bob Love. Nice recovery by Love as the Bulls create another turnover, and they have the basketball now trailing by 6. They've got it in the hands of Burwinkle. Burwinkle shoots again, tries to get up against Lucas. Instead, he sends it over to Love on the perimeter. Love misses again, and Eddie Miles takes the rebound for New York. These teams can't buy a basket. New York with it now leading by 6. Inside they go to DeBusschere. Can DeBusschere get anything done down low? His layup is around the rim and out, but he is fouled on the play by Love, and that will send DeBusschere to the free throw line for 2 plus the bonus. DeBusschere, average free throw shooter, 73%, scores the first. Misses the second, he'll now get the bonus. And DeBusschere hits the bonus, and that puts New York on top by 8, 52-44. Now 35 seconds to play before halftime. Chicago with it in the hands of Sloan. Back to Van Leer out on top. Van Leer sends it down low to Burwinkle. 16 on the shot clock. Burwinkle looks to find a cutter. He finds Walker on the perimeter. Walker will shoot, free throw line extended. Cannot get it off. It's stolen by DeBusschere. 15 seconds to go. New York's going to walk this one up the floor. They'll play for the final shot of the quarter. They get it inside to DeBusschere. Works inside against Walker. Lays it up and good.
DeBusschere.
Nice open look for Dave DeBusschere. Chicago's still got 4 seconds if they can get something done. They're going to have to hurry. Trailing by 10. They get it into Burwinkle. Burwinkle lays it up and has it blocked at the buzzer. Blocked by Lucas, and that will be the end of the first half. And what a crazy first half we have seen. This is unlike any game I can remember. Look at the New York starters. Frazier, DeBusschere, and Jackson are all coming in at a plus 24. Frazier leads all scorers with 14, DeBusschere with 12, Phil Jackson 11 points, 8 rebounds. What a solid effort he put in that first half. As New York goes on top by 10. Now you look at the bench guys, and the Knicks are all, minus 18, minus 14. A couple of plus 20s down here for Jackie Dinkins and Clifford Ray. That's simply the point differential while they were on the floor. So the New York starters dominated, and the Chicago bench dominated. And when all is said and done, it is a 10-point lead for the Knicks. The Knicks shooting only 40%. The Bulls shooting 41%. But the Bulls with those 10 turnovers, leading to 10 fewer shot attempts. And a big rebound advantage for New York. They've got 14 offensive rebounds, also contributing to that difference in the field goal attempts. As New York comes into halftime with a 10-point lead, 54-44. All right, a couple of quick updates from the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. Tomorrow is a big day for Heartland Championship Wrestling. It is Dawn of Destiny 2021, our spring pay-per-view that coincides with the opening night of the baseball season. And that is also the occasion for our annual Money in the Bank ladder match, as 6 superstars from the independent wrestling scene will battle to see who can climb the ladder and grab the briefcase containing a title match for the West Coast Heavyweight Championship. Last year's winner, Adam Cole, headlines the participants in that match, along with ECW superstar Mikey Whipwreck, Brian Danielson, the veteran Too Cold Scorpio, Chris Jericho, and number 6. I can't remember number 6 off the top of my head, but the previews will be up on the Filsinger Games message board later on this evening. And in the main event for Dawn of Destiny tomorrow, Ric Flair defends the NWA World Heavyweight Championship against the number 1 contender, the great Muta. Flair and Muta had some brilliant matches in WCW back in the 80s, and they will tangle tomorrow night with the NWA World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Sunday, of course, is Easter Sunday. Happy Easter to all those who celebrate. And we will be back on the channel with My Journey with Jesus Sunday morning, talking about the fruit of the Spirit and gentleness. And that is what we have to offer this week from the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. Let's get back to the second half of action with your halftime score, New York 54, Chicago 44, in a very unusual game indeed. Starting lineups will return to play for both teams, including, of course, Phil Jackson, who stepped into that starting spot here tonight in the absence of Walt Frazier. Excuse me, in the absence of Willis Reed. And for Chicago, your starters back in the game with Van Leeren, Sloan, Walker, and Love, and Burwinkle, and all of their negative numbers on the plus minus. And away we go. Chicago trailing by 10. The jump ball is in the air, and it is controlled by Chicago. Van Leer has it. He looks inside for Love. Looking for Love inside against Jackson. Jackson's called for the reach-in. And quickly, Bob Love goes to the free throw line for one shot. The shot for Love is good. Only 6 points for Love, only 4 points for his his front court mate, Chet Walker. Those two usually are the keys to victory for the Bulls, and probably the reason why they trail by 9 points here starting off the third period. Frazier with it for the Knicks. He's been sensational tonight. He sends it over to Lucas down low, working against Burwinkle. Lucas from the low block. He faces up. He gets the shot off. It's no good. Lucas gets his own rebound, but we have got a whistle and a foul on the rebound, and that is going to go against Phil Jackson. And that is his fourth. Ooh, the Knicks off to a rough start here in the third period. Phil Jackson, who has given them such a spark, is going to have to go to the bench. And the third string center, Fillmore, will come into the game, and Lucas will shift down to the power forward position. So Knicks running into some foul trouble here. That's not going to help their cause as they try to fend off the raging Bulls. Van Leer with one free throw attempt. It's good. And that cuts the lead to 8, 54-46. Frazier brings the Knicks back the other way. Calls a play as Fillmore battles it out with Burwinkle in the low post. They can't get the entry pass. Instead, they send it to Bradley on the perimeter. Bradley very quiet in the first half, but he hits the perimeter jump shot from 15, and that is his first basket of the night. Bradley went out early with foul trouble and did not score in the first half, but he's got his first field goal attempt of the third quarter, and that puts New York back out on top by 10. Chicago looking inside for Love. Love slides down low. Has a good look, but has it batted away by Lucas. Bradley with the rebound for New York. Knicks get another possession. They get it to Bradley on the perimeter. He's feeling it. He takes the perimeter jump shot. This one he leaves it short. And Van Leer clears the glass for Chicago. Bulls still trail by 10, 56-46. Van Leer from the outside comes off the screen, has an open look, shoots and misses. Cannot get it to fall. DeBusschere with the one-hand rebound for New York. DeBusschere with a quick outlet to Frazier. The Knicks are going to try the fast break. Bradley has it on the wing. Bradley drops it off to Frazier. Frazier drives the lane, lays it up and good.
From Bradley.
16 points now for Frazier. New York's got it going on. They are up by 12. 58-46. Chicago still struggling to find offense. They've got it in the hands of Burwinkle down low. He's guarded by the backup Fillmore. Looking for a cutter. Can't find anybody. Turns, faces up, shoots, and scores.
From Van Leer.
Still, nobody from the Chicago front line has gotten into double digits here tonight. Van Leer leads the Chicago starters with 9 points. Here's Bradley with it on the wing. He's got another open look against Sloan. He sets, he shoots, he misses. Sloan takes the rebound for Chicago. Bulls coming back the other way, under 10 to play in the third quarter. They look inside to Chet Walker. They've got to get their big guys going. Walker turns on DeBusschere, shoots and scores on a ridiculous pass by Van Leer. Second assist of the night for Norm Van Leer. The lead is cut to 8. New York still with the lead and the basketball. Frazier with a quick jump shot from outside. That won't go down. Burwinkle with the rebound for Chicago. Bulls on the comeback trail. Van Leer has it outside, and he is called on the foul as he tried to get around Frazier, and Frazier grabbed him. One shot for Van Leer. He connects, and the lead is cut to 7. And Van Leer has 10 points. Frazier sets up the offense, takes the pass from Fillmore, defended by Van Leer. He leaves the jump shot short, and the rebound taken out of there for Chicago by Chet Walker. Walker sends it out to Van Leer. The Bulls are going to push the tempo. Love has it on the baseline. Love drops it to Sloan. Sloan gets into the lane, lays it up, and scores.
Jerry Sloan from Love.
Aggressive move to the hoop on the fast break there by Sloan, and that pays off. Chicago now within 3. It's a game of runs, and now the Bulls have their run going. 58-53 is the score. Inside, the Knicks will look to Fillmore. Fillmore's got a mismatch over Sloan, but he cannot convert the short shot. And Walker takes the rebound for Chicago. Here's another transition opportunity for the Bulls. The quick outlet to Van Leer. Over to Sloan on the wing. Back across court to Walker. Walker drives the baseline, lays it up and good.
Jet from Sloan.
Walker dancing down the lane for that one. He's got 8 points, and it's a 3-point game. The momentum now favors the Bulls. The fans here in Chicago Stadium are on their feet. Bradley with it on the outside now for New York. He's going to try and penetrate. He gets into the lane, tries to dump it down to Fillmore. An awful pass taken away by Van Leer. Chicago turning it up on the defensive side. Another possession for the Bulls. They get it to Love on the baseline where he is guarded by Bradley. He's in a tough spot there. He's going to have to shoot from the baseline. Over tight defense by Bradley, and he misses. Well defended by New York that time, but Sloan sneaks in there for the offensive board for Chicago and passes it out to Van Leer for another shot opportunity. Van Leer from 18, he shoots, he misses. Rebound is knocked out of there, but we've got a whistle and a foul. That is going to be called on Frazier. And that will give 2 shots to Norm Van Leer. Van Leer attempting to bring the Bulls to within 1. He hits the first. Van Leer hits them both, and it is now a 58-57 ball game. The second half of this one, a very completely different story from the first half, where the Knicks starting 5 dominated. Frazier looking to make something happen. Sends it to Fillmore on the baseline. Fillmore's going to try and get it into DeBusschere. DeBusschere working on the low block. He shoots and scores.
Debustra.
New York finally on the scoreboard here to break the drought and stretch their lead back to 3. 60-57 is your score. 7.5 to play in the third quarter. Chicago goes inside for Love. Working against Lucas. He shoots and scores. Love and Walker both starting to pick things up on the offensive end for the Bulls. It's a 1-point game. Frazier looks outside to Bradley. Bradley pulls the trigger from 14 feet out, moving to his right. His shot is no good. He gets his own rebound, tosses it back out to Frazier. Knicks back on the attack. Frazier working against Van Leer. Frazier fakes left, dribbles right, gets into the lane. He's cut off by Love. His shot is blocked. Tipped out of there by Van Leer. Van Leer got him from behind. Sloan takes the rebound for Chicago. Bulls with a chance to regain the lead. Outside with it is Sloan. He's going to bull his way into the lane. Sees the opening, drives, cut off by Fillmore, leaves the jump shot short. Frazier snags the rebound for New York. Knicks dodged a bullet on that possession. They work it inside to Lucas. Lucas battling it out down low against Love. This has been a very physical series. Game 1 was kind of chippy. Lucas gets around Love, lays it up and good. Lids on the rims from close range, says Tribe Fan 879. New York with a 3-point lead. 6.5 to play here in the third quarter, as both teams are struggling from the offensive end. New York currently shooting 39%, Chicago 44%. As we are in a 3-point ball game, Burwinkle has it down low. He's working against Fillmore, 17 on the shot clock. Can he find a cutter? He could be in trouble. He throws it away. Frazier on the takeaway. but the Bulls quickly get back on defense. There are no numbers for New York in transition, so Frazier smartly pulls it back and resets the offense. They dump it down low to Fillmore. Fillmore working on the low block against Burwinkle. Burwinkle blocked it. DeBusschere takes the rebound for New York. DeBusschere with the putback attempt. He pump fakes. He shoots. He misses. Off-balance shot, no good, but he is fouled on the play by Burwinkle. Burwinkle protesting that he thought he got all ball, but the ref says you got him with the body, and that will send DeBusschere to the line for 2 free throws. DeBusschere, an outstanding athlete, as we have mentioned, hits the first free throw. Superstar defender out of Detroit Mercy, also had a major league pitching career with the Chicago White Sox. DeBusschere misses the second free throw, and the rebound is taken by Burwinkle. The lead for New York is 4, as Chicago brings it back the other way. Van Leer to set up the offense. From the outside, dribbles to his left, and runs over Jerry Lucas. That is an offensive foul on Van Leer, and that is his third. It has been a rough and tumble series, and both Van Leer and Lucas hitting the deck on that play, and the charge is called against Van Leer. New York in possession, leading by 4. Frazier from the outside, he's going to take it into the lane. It's a dangerous place. And Frazier's called for the charge. And that is 4 on Frazier. Goodness, controversial calls at both ends of the floor, as New York is going to have to go to the bench, and they're going to bring in Dick Barnett to run the point as Frazier goes to the bench with his 4th foul. Action continues for Chicago. They look inside to Chet Walker. Walker working down low, and he's fouled. No, that's an offensive foul on Walker. My goodness, 3 straight offensive fouls on both ends of the court, and we have got 2 very unhappy coaches on both benches. A 4-point lead for the Knicks as Dave Gardner returns to the chat room. Midway through the third quarter of a very physical, this is really kind of an ugly game, but it's competitive, and it is intense. New York goes inside to Lucas, working against Bob Love inside. The short jump shot by Lucas is good. That puts Lucas now in double figures. He's got 10. New York back on top by 6. 65-59. Van Leer touch pass to Burwinkle. Burwinkle on the inside, back out to Van Leer. Van Leer's jump shot is no good. Walker takes the offensive rebound. Walker on the putback attempt, maneuvers inside against DeBusschere. DeBusschere stole it. Another good defensive play by Dave DeBusschere. Quickly out to Barnett. New York is going to try their luck in transition. Barnett dribbles down the center of the floor, sends it over to DeBusschere on the left wing. Back to Barnett inside. Barnett lays it up and good.
Barnett from DeBusschere.
First 2 points of the night for Barnett. Puts New York back out on top by 8, 67-59, as the New York starters continue to dominate the Bulls' front 5. The pass is inside again to Walker. Walker getting frustrated in there. His short jump shot over to DeBusschere is no good. Tipped by Burwinkle, no good. Rebound for the Knicks goes to Bradley. New York looking to go back on top by double digits. They dump it inside to DeBusschere. Quickly down the court in transition. He shoots from in close. It's off the glass, no good. And on the rebound, we have got a loose ball foul, and that will be charged to Dave DeBusschere. 1 shot now for Tom Burwinkle for Chicago. Burwinkle converts, and that cuts the lead to 7, 67-60. New York with the lead and the basketball. 4.5 to play in the third. Here's Barnett 18 feet out, and he lowers his shoulder, and he's called for the charge. Goodness gracious, have you ever seen so many offensive fouls in one period of basketball? And we're at the 4:20 mark. At the next dead ball, we'll see the second units come back in. Not a moment too soon for Chicago. Outside open on the baseline is Love. He bounces it into Walker. Back out to Love. His perimeter jump shot is no good. Burwinkle brings down the offensive board. Burwinkle with a putback attempt. His short jump shot is off the back iron and out. DeBusschere with the rebound for New York. Knicks in transition will attack. Barnett gets it to Lucas. Lucas on the left wing sends it cross court to DeBusschere. DeBusschere drives the lane, lays it up and good. As John Wooden would say, goodness gracious, sakes alive. And I can only imagine what Bobby Knight would be saying in a situation like this. As New York goes out on top by 9, 4:10 to play in the third quarter. Inside they go again to Walker. Walker forced outside by DeBusschere. He's going to have to shoot this one from 12 feet out on the perimeter. Now we've got Sloan and Lucas exchanging words as Walker misses the jump shot. But DeBusschere's called for the foul, and that will send Walker to the free throw line, where he will get 2 and a bonus. First shot by Walker is good. He's got 9 points. As it's the 4-minute mark, and we will go back to the bench. Barnett will stay into the game. He'll be joined in the backcourt by, let's see, Eddie Miles. Yeah, Eddie Miles had a nice stint there in the first half. So we'll give him the minutes at the 2. We'll have to bring Dave Stallworth back in at the 3. Charlie Paulk and Luther Rackley will fill out the lineup for the Knicks. For Chicago, Walker is at the line. I have a very bad habit of trying to substitute for the guy shooting the free throws. So I'm very glad that Action PC Basketball reminds me of that when I go to the bench. So it will be Bob Weiss and Jim King in the backcourt. Howard Porter, who had a very strong first half performance with 11 points and 4 rebounds. And the rebounding machine, Clifford Ray, into the game at the center position. Chicago trailing by 8 with 4 minutes to play in the third. Walker hits the second free throw. He now finally hits double digits, and the lead is 7. New York up by 7, 69-62, as Dick Barnett brings the Knicks offense down the floor. They look inside again to DeBusschere. Back out on top to Barnett. DeBusschere inside, unloads from point-blank range. That's no good. And DeBusschere gets his own rebound. DeBusschere on the putback, has it blocked by Ray. Clifford Ray is the man in the paint for the Bulls. Howard Porter comes out of there with the rebound for Chicago. And let's see what the Bulls bench can do. They get it outside to Walker, still in the game on the perimeter. Walker shoots against DeBusschere. No, he fakes the shot, gets it inside to Ray for the inside jump shot. That's no good. We've got a whistle and a foul on Rackley, and that will send Clifford Ray to the line for the 3 to make 2. Ray hits the first. Only a 49% free throw shooter on the season. There we get Stallworth into the game. And for Chicago, now we'll get Jackie Dinkins into the game to spell Chet Walker. Chicago trailing by 6 with Clifford Ray at the free throw line. He misses the second. He'll get the bonus. And the bonus shot for Ray is no good. Luther Rackley takes the rebound for New York. Knicks with the basketball, still up by 6. As the second units now spring into action. Barnett with the New York in a low stack offense, isolation against Weiss. Barnett's going to try and get into the lane. Gets the pick from Stallworth, drives to the hole, cannot get the shot off in time. That is a 24-second violation. And ball goes back over to Chicago. Weiss on the perimeter sends it out to Jim King. King with the open look scores.
Jim King from Ray.
Nice looking mid-range jump shot for King. Pulls the Bulls to within 4. Under 3 to play in the third. With it for the Knicks is Barnett. Working against Weiss out on top. Barnett bulls his way into the lane. Drops it off to Charlie Polk on the baseline. Polk drives into the basket. Now we've got a whistle, and an illegal screen is called on Dave Stallworth for New York. More physical play between the Knicks and the Bulls as they are just beating the daylights out of each other on both ends of the floor. Chicago now with the basketball. They look inside to Porter. Porter was very effective in the first half. He's working down low against Polk. He misses the layup. Porter gets his own rebound. Porter on the putback attempt shoots and scores.
Howard Porter.
Howard Porter working hard. He's got 13. He leads all scorers for Chicago. New York on top by 2. Barnett sends it down low to Charlie Polk. Polk and Porter have been mixing it up down low all night. Polk inside against Porter. His short jump shot is blocked by Porter. Polk gets his own rebound. Polk puts it back up off the glass and misses again. And this time it is Clifford Ray with the rebound for Chicago. Physical play inside. 2 minutes to play in the third. Chicago trailing by 2, looking to tie the game. Weiss from the outside has an open look, and he can't get it to go. But he is fouled on the play by Barnett, and that will send Bob Weiss to the free throw line. Boy, the Knicks have been to the line 19 times. Chicago has been to the line 32 times, and we're not even yet through the third quarter. As Weiss misses the first free throw, but he'll get 2 more as the Bulls are in the bonus. Ordinarily a very good free throw shooter, but he missed the second. How about that? Weiss hits the final free throw, his 4th point of the night, and the lead for the Knicks is 1. 69-68, 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Open on the perimeter is Stallworth. He's got a nice looking shot from out there. He gets the pass from Polk on the inside out. Ooh, Stallworth fakes the shot, gets into the lane. His layup is no good, and Weiss takes the rebound for Chicago. The field goal struggles continue for both teams. Bulls on the offense. They get it to Ray down low. Ray working against Rackley. Words being exchanged once again. Ray from the inside shoots the short rainbow jump shot and scores. And that puts Chicago back in the lead, 70-69. Once again, the Bulls bench has been instrumental in keeping this game close. Chicago on top by 1. New York with the basketball, 1.5 to play in the third. Inside they go to Polk. Polk slams one home.
From Barnett.
He got the drop step on Porter and put that one through with authority. And New York goes back on top by 1 as the trash talk intensifies. Lots of woofing going on out there tonight. Here's Weiss. He fakes the drive. He steps back. He pulls the trigger on the jump shot, and he missed it. No good from 15. Dinkins with the offensive rebound. Elbows flying. Pass goes back out to Weiss. Weiss finds King open on the perimeter. King with a good look. He shoots and he misses. Around the iron, no good, but he is hit on the head by Miles, and tempers are really starting to flare now. Jim King took a shot to the side of the head on that jumper. He will go to the free throw line as the referees are fighting to keep control of this one. King takes a deep breath, sizes up the free throw, and calmly knocks it down. As we enter the final minute of play here in the third quarter, the score is tied. King hits the second, and that puts the Bulls on top 72-71. Knicks with the basketball, trailing by 1. Under a minute to play now in the third. 16 on the shot clock. Miles has it on the perimeter. Miles is going to take it inside. Dumps it to Rackley. Gets it back. Pulls the trigger from outside. That's nowhere close. But he is fouled on the shot by Clifford Ray. Ray was fighting through the screen. And actually he fouled Rackley, who was setting the screen. And it will be Rackley with 2 free throws for the Knicks. Rackley, a mediocre free throw shooter at best. He hits the first to tie the game at 72. 49 seconds to play in the third. Rackley hits the second. And that puts New York back on top. Back and forth we go. Chicago with the basketball now. 49 seconds to play in the quarter. They look down inside to Porter. Porter comes off the screen, has a switch against Stallworth. Good matchup inside. The short jump shot by Porter is off the back rim, no good. Another whistle, and this time it is basket interference. That's going to go against Clifford Ray. Offensive goaltending. Ball goes back to New York. 36 on the game clock. With it on the outside is Barnett. 16 on the shot clock. Barnett takes it into the lane. On the isolation. Working down low against Weiss. Comes off the screen. His reverse layup is no good. Charlie Paulk grabs the offensive board for the Knicks. Paulk with the putback attempt. His jump shot from in close is off the front rim, no good. And Clifford Ray takes the rebound for Chicago. Bulls bring it back down court. 20 seconds on the game clock, 17 on the shot clock. They get it into Porter. Porter sends it back out on top to Weiss. Chicago lets the clock run down. Now 11 on the game clock. Weiss is going to work against Barnett. He's going to step left. Ooh, gets into the lane, lays it up, and good. And he is fouled on the play by Stallworth. It looked like Weiss was going to take the pull-up jumper. Instead, he drove left, got into the lane, got the hoop and the harm, and he has the opportunity now for a three-point play. With 7 seconds left to go in the period, Weiss hits the free throw. He's got 7 on the night. Chicago leads by 2. And the Knicks will play for the last shot of the period. Stallworth has it on the perimeter. He's going to take the jump shot at the buzzer. He scores it. How about that?
Stallworth from Miles.
I think it's fitting that after all we've been through in this game, we head into the fourth quarter with a tie ball game. 75-75 as we say hello to SDG Replays. Kent Blaylock coming into the chat room for what has been an ugly but very entertaining ball game. The field goal percentage is 38 for New York, 41 for Chicago. Chicago's already been to the free throw line 38 times. The rebound battle is close. The turnover battle has tightened up. This has just been a gritty, very blue-collar game on both sides of the court. Chicago with the big third quarter, 31-19 in the quarter for the Bulls on the advantage. Third quarter scoring very balanced for both teams. Walker with 6 for Chicago. And 3 players with 4 apiece. Still a very quiet night for Bob Love. Frazier with only 2 points in the third quarter as he was forced to leave the game with foul trouble after picking up an offensive foul. DeBusschere picked up the slack with 5 points. He's been steady all night long, and he leads the Knicks at this point with 16 points. As we head to the final quarter of play, with the score tied 75-75. Lots of foul trouble on both sides of the floor. And it is going to be a slobber knocker here in the fourth quarter. The ball is in the air for the jump ball, and it is controlled by New York. Barnett has it out on top, setting up the offense. Working against Porter. Barnett comes off the screen, takes it into the lane. Comes off the pick, sets it to Miles outside, gets it back. The jump shot is no good, and the rebound is knocked around and out of bounds to Chicago. 75-75, Bulls now with a chance to take the lead. Bob Weiss running the offense for Chicago, working against Barnett. Weiss calls for the screen, tries to send it over to the wing, has it picked off by Stallworth. Stallworth got into the passing lane, picked off the pass. New York with numbers in transition, 4-on-3. Stallworth has it in the center of the floor, sends it to Miles on the baseline. Miles drives the baseline, but he missed the layup. And Howard Porter gets back for the rebound for Chicago. Good hustle by Chicago and by Porter especially to get that rebound as the game remains tied at 75. Chicago now with another possession. Weiss has it out on top. Calls the offense. Sends it to Porter on the perimeter. Porter from the baseline. Takes the outside jump shot. That's no good. And the rebound for New York is taken by Barnett. The struggles for both teams continue. New York tries to beat the trap. They've got it with Barnett out on top. Looking for help. He sends it down low to Rackley. Working inside against Clifford Ray. Those two had words earlier. And Rackley misses the shot. Polk takes the rebound on the weak side. Polk with the putback attempt. His layup is blocked. Blocked by Porter. Pulled out of there by Rackley for New York. Another shot opportunity. Rackley with the short jump shot. That's no good. And we've got a loose ball foul on the rebound, and that is going to go against Luther Rackley. Physical play under the basket as both teams just pounding the glass. And it is the foul. One shot for Jim King going the other way. King hits the free throw, and that puts Chicago up 76-75 as we say hello to Jake Cruz into the chat room. Good evening, sir, and welcome to the fourth quarter of a very rugged playoff contest between the 1971-72 Chicago Bulls and New York Knicks. Knicks with the basketball trailing 76-75. Open on the outside is Dave Stallworth. He's got a nice-looking perimeter jump shot, but he missed that one badly, and the ball goes back over to the Bulls. Weiss sets up the offense. Once again, he's got an open look from the perimeter. He shoots from 16 feet out, finally gets one to go.
Bob Weiss from Ray.
Bob Weiss nails the jumper. That puts Chicago on top by 3, 78-75. Here come the Knicks. Inside they look to Stallworth. Stallworth is double teamed. He's looking for help. He gets it back outside to Barnett. Barnett takes it into the lane. Drives to the basket, spins, shoots, scores.
Barnett from Stallworth.
Nice find by Stallworth as Barnett cuts to the hoop, and the lead is cut to 1. Chicago basketball. They've got it with Ray on the perimeter. He's looking for help. He can't find any help. He's forced to take a bad shot. That's no good. Stallworth takes the rebound for New York. Knicks look to take the lead. Under 10 to play in the game. Inside is Stallworth. They can't find him in there. He goes back out on top to Barnett. Barnett now on the wing, facing off against Weiss. Barnett takes it down the baseline. He's cut off by Porter. He stops and shoots. It's no good. Tipped around by Stallworth. Miles takes the rebound for New York on the offensive glass and sends it back out to the top of the key. New York will reset. Still trailing by 1, under 9.5 to play. Outside with it now is Miles. Miles will pull the trigger from 16 feet out, and it's around the rim and out. He wants a call, won't get one. Polk takes the rebound off the offensive glass. Polk with the putback attempt goes to the left hand, lays it up and good. Good hustle by Charlie Polk in there to grab that rebound and put it home to put New York back on top, 79-78. 9 minutes and change to play. Weiss from the outside pulls the jump shot. That's no good. Clifford Ray on the offensive glass for Chicago. Ray with the putback attempt, banging bodies with Rackley in there, and Ray is called for the offensive foul. My goodness, what a physical contest we are seeing down low. Ray and Rackley getting tangled up down there. Ball goes back over to New York with 9 minutes to play. With it on the outside is Stallworth. He's got an open look. He missed the last one, but he's going to fire this one up again. It rims around and out. A battle for the rebound. Barnett grabs it out of there. It's stole away from Porter. Another opportunity for New York. They reset the offense. They go to Barnett on the perimeter. Barnett drives the lane. Taking on Weiss. Gets around Weiss, lays it up and good.
From Miles.
Barnett gets open inside and puts New York back on top by 3. 81-78. 8.5 to play in the game. Dinkins now with it on the outside. Dinkins wants to get it to Porter on the low block. Howard Porter from the inside has it blocked and stolen by Polk. Nice defense by Charlie Polk, another possession for the Knicks. They get it in the hands of Miles. Miles looks down low for Charlie Polk. Miles favoring his left knee a little bit after a collision down low, but he ain't coming out of the game. Polk inside working against Porter. Close inside underneath, runs into Porter. There's a whistle, and it's an offensive foul on Charlie Polk. My goodness, bodies strewn all over the court here at Chicago Stadium. This could just as well be Soldier Field for the way this ball game is going. And at the 8-minute mark, the starters will return to the game for both teams. Knicks in foul trouble. Frazier with 4, Jackson with 4. On the Chicago side, we have got Chet Walker and Norm Van Leer each with 3. As we come down the final 8 minutes of play, Chicago with the basketball trailing by 3. 81-78 is your score. Sloan with it out on top. Sloan has been very aggressive attacking the basket tonight. He gets into the lane. He's cut off by Jackson. His jump shot is no good. We've got another whistle and a loose ball foul, and this one is charged against the Knicks against Jerry Lucas. That will be one shot for Chet Walker. Walker misses the free throw, and Burwinkle snags the offensive board for Chicago. Burwinkle sends it back out. He tries to go to the putback attempt, and he's called for the offensive foul. He was looking for a pass, couldn't find anybody, turned and ran over Jerry Lucas on his way to the basket to pick up the offensive foul. New York now with the basketball, leading by 3. Frazier has it out on top. He has been the best player for the Knicks on the offensive end. He's going to send it to Jackson on the perimeter, forced outside by Bob Love. Jackson doesn't like his odds out there. He's got a mismatch down low with Lucas if he can get it to him. Lucas gets into the paint. He shoots and misses. Well defended by Van Leer on the mismatch. Lucas gets his own rebound. Lucas goes to the right hand on the putback attempt and scores.
Lucas.
Knicks working hard again on the offensive glass. As Lucas scores his 12th point of the night, New York goes up by 5. 83-78. Back to the offense comes Van Leer. His jump shot falls short. He's missed 6 in a row, and DeBusschere comes out of there with the rebound for New York. DeBusschere working inside against Walker. Dumps it down low to Jackson. Jackson with the short jump shot. That's good. That's 10 in a row for New York, and they have taken a 7-point lead, 85-78. Here come the New York Knicks, as the fans here in Chicago starting to feel some desperation. Still 7 minutes to go, plenty of time. But Chicago's first unit has played very poorly here tonight. They get the ball outside to Love on the baseline. Love with the baseline jump shot. That's no good. Too strong off the back iron. Chet Walker rebounds for Chicago. Walker into the lane. His putback attempt is good. That ends the Knicks' run, but Chicago still trails by 5. Under 7 minutes to play. Frazier with it, working against Van Leer. Frazier has to be careful. He's been dealing with some foul trouble. He thought about driving. He steps back and takes the jump shot from 16, and he nails it.
Frazier.
Frazier with 18 now. He leads all scorers. New York on top by 7. They get it down low to Walker. Walker banging bodies inside with DeBusschere. His little jump shot is good.
Chet Walker. from Van Leer.
Give the assist to Van Leer. It's a 5-point game once again. Here come the Knicks. They get it outside to Bradley. Bradley's got an open look from the perimeter, and he nails it. Both teams are starting to heat up now.
From Frazier.
Back to a 7-point lead. Knicks are happy to trade baskets here. Chicago's going to have to turn it up again on the defensive end if they're going to get back into this ball game. Love with it down low. Works into the paint against Jackson. He's missed his last couple of outside shots. Now he misses from inside, but he is fouled by Jackson, and that is his 5th. What to do here? 6 minutes to play. Jackson is going to have to come out of the game, at least for a couple of minutes, as Bob Love misses the first free throw. Into the game for New York will be Greg Fillmore. That will move Lucas back to the power forward position. But Fillmore is the only guy on New York's bench that's not waiting in line at the oxygen tank at this point in the game. Second shot by Love is good. And that cuts the lead to 6. 89-83. New York with the lead and the basketball as we hit the midway point of quarter number 4. Frazier calls a play. Sends it inside to Lucas. Lucas works on the low block. Defended by Love. The short jump shot is off iron, no good. Rebound taken by Burwinkle for the Bulls. Quick outlet to Van Leer. Chicago wants to attack. Van Leer dribbles to his right. Sends it to Walker on the wing. And Walker is fouled on the break by DeBusschere. But that'll just be a one-shot foul as Walker heads to the line looking for his 15th point of the night. And he's got it. He leads all scorers for the Bulls. The lead is 5, 89-84. As Frazier brings the Knicks offense back the other way. Working against Van Leer. He sends it to Bradley on the wing. Guarded tightly by Sloan. Bradley powers his way into the basket, lays it up, and misses. Tipped by Lucas, that's no good. Finally, Bob Love pulls the rebound out of there for Chicago. Bulls in transition. Walker's got an open look from the baseline. He pulls the trigger quickly. A little too quickly as he missed that one. But Burwinkle with the offensive board for Chicago. 10 rebounds now for Big Tom Burwinkle. Burwinkle with a putback attempt. Dribbles to his left. He's fouled by Fillmore. That is the 5th team foul against the Knicks. That will be 2 shots for Tom Burwinkle. And the absence of Phil Jackson is hurting the Knicks in that situation. As Fillmore got outfoxed on the rebound and fouled Burwinkle on the putback attempt. Burwinkle hits 1 of 2. Jerry Lucas rebounds for New York. Knicks with the basketball now leading by 4. 5.5 to play. Frazier brings it down the court. Looks inside to Lucas. Lucas has room to work in there against Chet Walker. He turns, he shoots, he misses. Off the glass, no good. Another rebound for Tom Burwinkle for the Bulls. And they'll bring it up slowly as Walt Frazier streaking down the court to get back to the transition defense and prevent the Bulls from a fast break opportunity. Van Leer with the ball at the top of the key. Working against Frazier. Looking for help. 3 on the shot clock. Van Leer's going to have to pull the trigger himself with Frazier all over him. And he can't get it off. Good defense by Walt Frazier on that possession. First team all defense, and on that play you saw why. New York now leading by 4. 4:40 to play. DeBusschere working inside against Walker. Turnaround jump shot from the paint is no good. But we've got a whistle and a foul, and that will go against Walker, sending Dave DeBusschere to the line. Believe it or not, that's the first foul on Chicago in this 4th quarter, in spite of the physical play on both ends. DeBusschere hits the first free throw. He's got 18. Make it 19 as he converts them both. And New York is back on top by 6. Very entertaining game, very entertaining series between these two closely matched and physical teams that are just starting to not like each other as Chicago comes back on offense. Sloan has it out on the wing. Now we've got Burwinkle and Frazier exchanging words. Van Leer on the outside loses the ball out of bounds, and the turnover gives it back to New York. Plenty of time for the Knicks. 24 on the shot clock. They're in no hurry with a 6-point lead here. Bradley's got it on the wing working against Sloan. 13 on the shot clock. Bradley's going to bring it into the lane. Top of the circle. Dumps it down low to Lucas. Back to Bradley for the one-hander. That's no good. Chet Walker rebounds for Chicago. Under 4 to play. Bulls still trail by 6. Van Leer brings it back the other way, trying to beat the press. Sends it down to Love on the low block. Love in the lane with the floater. It's blocked. Jerry Lucas got up there and swatted it away. Here's Jerry Sloan inside with the rebound for Chicago. Sloan's going to try for the putback inside, and he can't get it to go. Lucas takes the rebound. That is his 10th. He's got a double-double. And an outstanding performance by Jerry Lucas here tonight. Bradley with it out on top for the Knicks. Sending it inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere works into the lane, shoots from in close and scores.
DeBusschere.
New York with the momentum down the stretch here. They now lead by 8. 93-85, 3 minutes, 40 seconds to play. Chicago basketball. Open down low, they go to Love. Love been working hard against Lucas tonight, and Lucas has gotten the best of him for the most part, holding Love to only 9 points. The shot by Love this time is no good. Well defended by Lucas. And the rebound is taken out of there by Lucas, as Logacta says, hashtag COYB. I'm not sure what that means. Perhaps you can give us the translation of that if it is suitable for family viewing. As Frazier brings the Knicks back, they're looking to open up a 10-point lead on this possession with 3.5 minutes to play in the game. Here's Bradley on the wing. Back to Frazier out top. They're going to look inside to DeBusschere. They've got Fillmore in pain on the play, and so they're going to go ahead and take a timeout. And they will take this opportunity with 3.5 minutes to play to get Phil Jackson back into the game to spell Fillmore. Come on, you Bulls. Okay, very good. Thank you, Logacta. New York with the basketball. Chicago needs a stop. Frazier sends it over to Bradley on the wing. 11 on the shot clock. Bradley working against Sloan. Takes the perimeter jump shot. That's no good. Lucas takes the rebound off the glass, and that will give the Knicks another 24 seconds. Lucas thought about a putback. Instead sends it back to save some shot clock. And they run it back to Frazier. Frazier on the perimeter. Under 3 minutes, but Frazier double dribbled. Pressure defense by Van Leer forces the turnover. Chicago regains possession with 3 minutes to play, but they still trail by 8. They can't afford any more mistakes here down the stretch. They look inside to Walker. Walker's been guarded very well by DeBusschere tonight. He gets inside. Sloan tries to get it to him. They finally get it to Walker on the block. He drives, he shoots, he misses. And DeBusschere takes the rebound. That's a double-double for Dave DeBusschere. New York has just outworked Chicago tonight. Bradley with it on the perimeter. 15 on the shot clock. They're going to burn a little clock here with 2:40 to play. 8 on the shot clock. They look inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere works into the paint against Chet Walker. His inside shot is good.
DeBusschere.
And make it 23 points, 10 rebounds for Dave DeBusschere. New York on top by 10 as the fans here in Chicago fall silent. Sloan has it for the Bulls. Not ready to give up yet. He probes the defense. He bowls his way into the lane. DeBusschere cuts him off. His short shot is blocked. Lucas got him. Burwinkle takes the offensive rebound. Burwinkle with a putback attempt. Actually, he fakes the shot, gets it to Love inside. Love's shot is blocked. Shot blocked by Jackson, cleared out of there by Frazier for the Knicks. And the Knicks will walk it back the other way as we hit the 2-minute mark with New York ahead by 10, 95-85. Frazier to dribble. Sends it to Bradley on the post, on the perimeter. Bradley from the wing, 6 on the shot clock. And Bradley drives it into the lane, and he is fouled hard by Burwinkle. Oh my goodness, that was probably unnecessary with a 10-point game. But Tom Burwinkle just made a statement with that foul as tensions continue to mount between these two competitive teams. And Bradley heads to the free throw line, just one shot, which he connects. That puts New York on top by 11, 96-85, a minute 47 to play. Van Leer brings it up and sends it quickly to Love. Back to Van Leer on the outside. Tries to get it back inside to Love. It's knocked away. Chicago will retain possession with 11 on the shot clock. Chicago's going to have to pick up the offense, and they are going to crash the boards strong. As action continues. Quickly they look inside to Chet Walker. Walker inside against DeBusschere. The jump hook is good.
Chet Walker from Van Leer.
Walker finally gets off the schneid. That may be too little and too late. New York leading by 9, under a minute and a half to play. Frazier walks the ball up the court. Dribbling on the perimeter, guarded by Van Leer. Continuing to burn some clock. And Frazier's fouled on the perimeter by Love. That puts New York in the bonus and gives Frazier 3 to make 2. 18 points on the night for Frazier, now 19 as he hits the first free throw. First quarter, Bulls have returned. Boo. Boo's coming out of the stands here from Log Acta as Frazier hits 2 free throws to stretch the lead back to 11. 17 straight from the line for Frazier as Chicago quickly tries to make something happen. Sloan from the outside bowls his way into the lane once again. Gets into the lane, shoots and scores. As the Knicks offer very little resistance. They're happy to let the clock run and not commit any fouls here. Still leading by 9 with now a minute 17 to play. Frazier dribbling out on top. He's fouled again by Love, and that'll send Frazier back to the free throw line. Walt Frazier, also known as Clyde the Glide, very smooth, hits another free throw to extend the lead back to 10. Frazier hits them both to make the lead 11. A minute 15 to play. Chicago back to the offense. Working quickly. They are going to look inside to Love. They get Burwinkle in the paint. His shot is no good, but he's fouled on the play by Lucas, and that is not what New York wanted. They want the clock to run. They don't want Chicago cutting into this lead from the free throw line. But Burwinkle's going to get 3 to make 2. He hits the first. That cuts the lead to 10, 100-90, with a minute 8 to play. And Burwinkle connects again. It's a 9-point game. New York with the basketball. Bringing it up slowly. They get it to DeBusschere inside, back out on top to Frazier. And Frazier's fouled by Van Leer. Hard foul by Norm Van Leer sends Frazier back to the free throw line. Frazier hits the free throw. Still having words with Van Leer out on the perimeter, as he now has 23 points. Frazier connects again. He is automatic from the free throw line, 21 in a row. He's got 24 points on the night to lead all scorers as the Bulls go back on top by 11 102-91 is your score. Outside with it is Walker. Walker's going to fire a quick jump shot from the perimeter. Actually, he fakes. He gets into the lane. He misses the jump shot. It's batted around and pulled out of there by Frazier. And we are into the final minute of play with New York on top by 11. Frazier dribbling on the perimeter. Will Chicago foul? No, they let the clock run. 14 on the shot clock. Looking inside to Phil Jackson. Jackson on the inside. His short jump shot is off the back iron. No good, but he's fouled. That's going to go on Chet Walker, and that's going to send Phil Jackson to the free throw line. 46 seconds to play. This game will not end. Jackson makes the first free throw. And Jackson 2 for 2 now as the lead goes to 13. And it is a 13-point game, 46 seconds to play. As Chicago from the outside looks inside to Bob Love down low. Short jump shot by Love is no good. As the Bulls continue to struggle from the field, Jerry Lucas takes the rebound. We're down to 40 seconds. Bradley brings the ball up slowly and sends it over to Frazier as the Knicks continue to milk the clock. 6 on the shot clock. They look inside to Lucas. Lucas finds Jackson inside. His short jump shot is no good, but he is fouled on the play by Love, and Jackson goes back to the free throw line. And New York is just running up the score here at the free throw line in the fourth quarter. As Jackson hits the first. That makes it 105-91. And now 106-91, 15-point difference. This game was much closer than the final score will indicate. But the Knicks have just won this game at the free throw line coming down the stretch in the fourth quarter after, frankly, they just outworked Chicago throughout the fourth quarter. Burwinkle inside, back to Love. Love with the quick finger roll. Finally, he gets one to go.
Love from Burwinkle.
And that cuts the lead to 13. Only 12 seconds left to play. Frazier's going to bring it up across half court. And he's just going to attempt to hold the ball from there. And hopefully the cooler heads will prevail here as the Bulls let the clock run out, and that will end your ball game. What an interesting game we had here tonight as the Knicks and Bulls went back and forth, and the final quarter was 31-18 in favor of the Bulls, but they did a lot of that damage from the free throw line. As we look at, let's scroll down and see at the fourth quarter exactly what happened here. As the boos rain down from Chicago Stadium. Look at those free throws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. New York scored their last 13 points of the game from the free throw line. Or no, here's a couple of inside shots for DeBusschere. So the last 9 points of the game came from the free throw line let's count again. 4, 6, 8, 10. The last 11 points for New York came from the free throw line. Down the stretch, as they win this one by 13, 106-93. Frazier with 8 in the fourth period, DeBusschere with 6, Jackson with 6 down the stretch as New York pulls away in the fourth quarter to even the series 1 game apiece. Looking at your final totals, Frazier leads all scorers with 24 to go with 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Of those 24, he was 10 for 10 from the free throw line. Also outstanding tonight was Dave DeBusschere. 23 points, 10 rebounds, 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Lucas with 12 points, 13 rebounds. And a big game for Phil Jackson with 17. As the New York starters just roughed up Chicago. Look at that, plus 30 for DeBusschere, plus 32 for Phil Jackson. And Chicago, frankly, tonight struggled. Bob Love, 4 of 17. Chet Walker, 6 of 13. As a team, both teams shot 38% from the floor. And it was just an ugly ball game from every aspect for the Bulls. The lone bright spot would have to be Howard Porter off the bench. 13 points, 7 rebounds in 16 minutes of action. All right, that is your final score for tonight. New York 106, Chicago 93. And the player of the game, Dave DeBusschere, with a nod to Walt Frazier. Thank you to everybody who came out tonight. Log Acta, very active chat room tonight. Jake Cruz, SGG Replays, Tribe Fan 879, Dave Gardner. Everybody who checked out tonight's broadcast, we thank you. And on behalf of the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network, that's our stream, and I am out of here.